Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. Got a video today from SSM Clips. Young gals are in disbelief that men are no longer attending singles events. What events? Please just rip them below. I really appreciate that. Let's do that. Chow time.
Now here's a quick post which perfectly demonstrates what happens when men are treated like second-class citizens too long, as well as what happens when the gals in the dating scene behave in a manner, both online as well as offline, that make them less than desirable girlfriends. Titled, Where are the Men at Planned Events? And this post is written by a gal who regularly attends different events, pub crawls and other types of things like that, pub crawls, where you meet guys, people meet up, hookups, all that type of thing, singles get together, and guess what? There are no men, and she doesn't know why. Says here, so this has come up a few times among different friends in recent weeks. We all know it's great to meet people while doing things that you already enjoy.
So this video is a little bit older, but I feel like this is even more what's going to happen because of the drizzle movement, the soft guy era. Men are not going to these things. We're not giving you free attention. We're not giving out free validation anymore. And we're definitely not going out to spend money on women just for you to take advantage of our money. We're not walking ATMs. We have our own value. You need to come in right. You need to come in with some money. You need to come in with some effort. You need to come in with some, let's say, skin in the game before we start putting in our skin in the game.
We never see many men out and are at such events. To start, a few weeks ago, I went on a bar crawl. That tells you a lot about her.
Bar crawl.
And a fundraiser. There are about 40 participants, all women, save two men. One came with a partner, the other guy cleaned up. He had his pick of the entire crowd to flirt with, and he did. Get talked to everyone and pick some favorites. So this event, where normally you'd have guys, because I've been to bar crawls in my younger days, there'd be plenty of guys looking for plenty of...
What's a bar crawl, guys? I'm too lazy to look it up, but is it just going from bar to bar? Or are you just hanging out in a bar? Is that what it is?
Single drunk girls. All women except for two guys, imagine that. A few weeks ago, a hip coffee shop had a speed dating event, open to all genders. All genders... 1, 2, maybe I'm missing something here. And sexual orientations. I saw the photos on their Instagram. In a crowd around 50 folks, I saw 2 men. This week I went to a concert in a mid-sized venue, Masego. Whatever the hell.
We gotta get those 2 men to not show up to these events anymore, boys. Start spreading out more of that soft guy era to these guys.
Hell, that is. While R&B concerts tend to skew female, it seems Masego is especially equally popular with men and women. This crowd, 75% women, and I didn't see any men, not in a couple. Obviously, I didn't see everyone. I'm sure there must have been some somewhere. But the section I was in, generally seated general admission, was overwhelmingly female.
So I went to a concert last year and went to a Mana concert, which is a very popular Spanish Mexican band. And they play, and they're huge. Like most Hispanic people know who the hell Mana is, or Mana. That's how they say it. And when I went there were so many single women, so many. And I actually got a number when I went out there because I'm like the only Asian guy at a Hispanic concert in a sense. So I was able to get a number from there. But this was last year, and yeah, anything that has to do with women nowadays, it's just more women. Men don't go there, and the men that were there, they were couples with, another woman. So they were taking men. There's very few single men at this Mana concert. I was one, and my best friend was one, because we got the tickets for free because his aunt works at a Spanish radio station, so she got these concerts tickets for us for free. I was like, hey, fuck it, I'll go enjoy some music and see some Latinas.
So you're noticing a pattern here, guys. All these different things she goes to, and clearly she's single, looking for guys to meet, prospects and all that. No guys. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe because they've realized, hey, the dating scene is ridiculous. Your typical girl nowadays has a list of demands that they feel entitled to in a guy. That's as long as a typical CVS receipt. They're only interested in the top 3 to 5% of guys. I'm invisible to them. And also, their behavior is in a way that online they behave in certain ways that I certainly want as a girlfriend. Or they have high body counts. Put that all together, that's your modern dating scene. So guys are like, nope, I'm walking away. I'd rather focus on myself, hang out with my bros, not go to this type of bullshit because I'm not getting anywhere. She also says, and I was traveling and hanging out with an old friend at NYC. She used to purposely go to all sorts of events to meet new people and prospective partners. She is burned out now. She has plenty of friends and there are not any prospective partners at these events. She is over it. Oh, so she and probably other girls are getting fed up. They go to these things to meet guys, and they can't meet guys because guys aren't interested. This is what happens when guys are pushed too far, when guys are walking away. And this is right here. I'm seeing more proof of this as time goes on. Articles I read, these types of posts.
Drizzle.
You can only push people so far when they've had enough. She says, I'm also in a lot of Facebook social media travel groups. And every time there is a group trip, the crowd is around 85% female. Anyway, it seems like...
Okay, that is obvious. Because men have to build towards something. We don't have the luxury just to be able to vacation and do whatever we want and still be able to get mates like that. So most men, yeah, they're going to save money and be more, frugal with their money or have goals with their money than most women would. Because they can just spend on themselves and still marry someone to take care of them. That's the shitty thing about being a man and a woman. The difference. I wouldn't say shitty.
Any straight men who show up could have their pick of people to get to know, but they are MIA. What gives? Again, I just went through that whole thing when guys are treated a certain way for a long time, and when the women behave in a certain way, super high body counts, masculine because of the feminist movement, behaving in ways online, Instagram, different social media, OnlyFans. Not every girl's on OnlyFans, but you get my point. Put that all together, and guys are like, why would I bother? There are posts here all the time about not being able to meet women, and the women are out and about town meeting each other because they're the only ones there. It seems gay men go to a lot more things than straight men, at least in my circles. And she said also, please note, only one of these events were a singles thing. Everything else was just random social outing. No singles or any angle, just stuff I got tickets to hang out with friends. So, in the not too distant past, you go to these types of things that she described, and you have plenty of dudes that are looking for chicks. Now, boom, things have changed. And I know this from knowing younger guys, that it's changed. They're more interested in doing guy things together, hanging out. And they're all straight guys who are just not interested because they've seen the quality of gals that are out there. And again, not all gals are like that, let's make this clear, but a hell of a lot are. So it goes to show that this is definitely a trend. And it's like, young ladies, if you want guys, if you want prospects, you better start behaving in a way that a guy would actually want you as a potential girlfriend. And that includes all sorts of things. But the problem is, once people engage in certain activities, there's no going back, if you all know what I mean. So that'd be a pretty funny one to go over here to show you the direction things are going. But again, at the end of the day, complaining. And who's the bad guy? We know it's going to be right on us.
Shout out to SSM. He always does wonderful clips and wonderful stories from Reddit and, people sending him stories personally. This is why I like covering his particular channel, just because these are actually real life stories from people. There could be some fudging here and there because people, don't always tell the truth, but we get a good gist of a good story. Plus, I'm sure a lot of you guys have lived very similar stories. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that, and I catch you guys next time.